Today's video is about you feeling that you never have enough time to do what you have to do in a day. Discussing productivity is always a tricky part because we always feel that there's more we could do, but the question is, are we being efficient in what we have to do things? For example, my neighbor asked me to go and get something at the hardware store. Interestingly enough, he expected me to go right away. On the other hand, I told him that I was to go Tuesday afternoon. And the reason for that is that I have a list of errands to do at the hardware store, at the grocery, at the tech shop, and what's the other place I need to go to? The grocery store. And the reason why I'm waiting until Tuesday is the fact that if I have a list and I'm going to go for a round trip of all the errands I have to do, in a few hours, I'll be able to do 4 or 5 different stops with things I need. And you know what? By planning what I have to do, by having a process in doing the errands, I'm saving time so I can use more times for what matters to me. And you know what? If you improve your productivity, if you have a process to improve what you're doing, you'll have more time for yourself. Because if you do not respect your own time, who will respect it? Welcome to my channel. My name is Alain Faber and I'm a high school teacher having a channel to share to the world that learning, gaining new skills is the ultimate tool for a growth mindset. I love the fact that the more you learn skills, for example, to be consistent or for today's topic, to be more productive, is a great way to achieve your life's vision. We're not planning to achieve the life's vision today, but it's a long-term process. And stay with me, we're going to look at some ideas on being more productive. You know as well as me that we all have 24 hours in a day. And if we consider that we have to sleep, we have to take care of family responsibilities, eat, and take care of ourselves, there's not much time left. That means that we need to maximize the time we have. So how do we do that? For example, if I want to create YouTube videos, I have to have a process because it allows me to maximize the time I have. For example, today I'm recording 2 videos that I will edit probably this afternoon so that I can have tomorrow to focus on another project I want to work on. Second, when you look at my editing process, you realize that my videos are fairly structured. Therefore, when I use my software, which is DaVinci Resolve, it's free, so I'm using it. I have a template of how I organize my videos, and I'm saving tons of times to edit them. In the past, I could spend, I remember spending at least an hour, sometimes more to edit videos. Now I brought it down to 45 minutes, and I hope to be able to bring it down even more by planning my videos so that I don't have to do so many retake. That's part of growing, that's part of getting new skills, and it's part of having a system to make it work. In the school year, as a high school teachers and teaching science, there's always lab reports we have to look into. The beauty of gathering all the reports, sitting down and batch marking is always the best way to do so. And even sometimes if I cannot do 50, because keep in mind that it's tiring, I could decide that I'm going to do 10 for one evening. So I do 10 and then I move on to something else. It allows me to intently focus on what I want to do so I can maximize your time. At the end of a semester, when people are just handing in things randomly because they're late, they wanted to do this, there's all kind of reasons. It takes 4 times as much time to mark this because you need to put yourself back in the mood. You want to be fair in the marking compared to what you had done in the past, and it's always more work. So when you are thinking of productivity, you want to think of a system to make it easier for you. So here are 3 tips on how to be more productive. The first one is to have systems. A system to respond to emails. For example, at school right now, I look at emails at 8 in the morning, at 11 in the morning, and at 3:30 in the afternoons. That opens up blocks of times where I can focus on other things. Other systems I have, for example, is I don't like to do dishes. So what I do is I do some dishes, I prepare my meal, and as it cooks, I clean the rest of the dishes. It allows me to multitask in the kitchen, and guess what? I have a YouTube channel on my phone and I'm listening and learning at the same time. That's something to improve my productivity, knowing that I don't like to do dishes. Another system I have is when I take care of gardening. Gardening is wonderful, but I usually plan it for one day. So that means that I'm planning to mow the lawn, I get the grass trimmer, I have gardening for the plants, I do all of those things, and usually within 2 hours I can garden, do everything around the house. But if I was to do one little things at the same time, it would take more time, and it would take my time away from me, from my family, from taking care of myself, and contributing to the world. My second tip is for you to realize that you might have to learn new skills. When we think of productivity, we forget that by learning what we don't know, learning new skills, listening to, to a supervisor, having new ideas, going to a conference will bring you new skills and allow you to be more productive. And the reason why it's important to learn is that if you do not learn, how can you get more ideas on how to change your behaviors to make your life better? This is, for example, why a large extended family is important. People can talk about how things are, getting new ideas, and if there's something as a parent you're not quite sure, you can always talk to a family member about that, and usually it's a good and safe way. And if you don't have families, there are social workers and people that can help you in the school system and in society. And my third tip today is use help if needed. So if you need someone to listen to your ideas, someone to just go back and forth in brainstorming for a new company. If at school things are not very well, maybe you can get a tutor. There's always ways for you to find help. And do not hesitate to ask, because we cannot do everything ourselves. I have a great call to action for you today. In your agenda, I want you to write down the errands that you have to do today and the errands you have for tomorrow, and try to see if you can plan them for 2 days from now. So have a list for the different things you need to do, grocery and so on. And what I want you to do is in 2 days, you're going to take a walk or the bus or your car, and you're going to do these errands all in the same day. The reason for that is if you do that in the same day, you'll notice that your list will get longer. You'll want to plan ahead a little bit, so you might not have to go to the store a few days from now. And what will happen is you'll notice you'll save time, you'll save gas, it's better for the environment. And the most important thing is you'll find more time for yourself, to take care of your health, to take care of your family, and or to find ways to contribute to make the world a better place. Thank you for you to be here today. I'm going to put here a link to a video related to today's topic on being more productive, and I'll see you in the next video.